Hey guys, today we're going to go over our classroom expectations. So, the first thing we have for classroom expectation number one is we will be prepared for class. To be prepared for class, you should have all books, paper, and something to write with. You need to be in the classroom by the time the tardy bell rings. Classroom expectation number two is going to be we will be respectful of others and their possessions. This means keep your hands, feet, objects, and rude comments to yourself. Always use acceptable language in class, so no profanity, and then speak only when called upon by the teacher. Classroom expectation number three is follow all directions the first time they are given. So you're going to listen to instructions before starting the activity and open your ears and your minds. Remember, I'll always tell you to pay attention with your face. Now, in terms of listening, I will always repeat directions for you. And if something's extremely important, I will repeat it 3 or 4 times. So please make sure you're paying attention, especially if something is repeated. Classroom expectation number four is we will not prevent the teacher from teaching or the students from learning. So this is to raise your hand quietly and wait to be called upon, follow directions, and use collaborative discussion techniques. So this is when I need you to volunteer, I need you to whisper within your groups, or I need you to make sure that you're listening when I'm talking and you're not interrupting. The middle of your or the middle of my sentence should not be interrupted by the beginning of your sentence. Classroom expectation number five is you are dismissed by your teacher, not the bell. I will always allow you to pack up early as long as you are well behaved. So it's your job to make sure that you are respectful as a student so that you can pack away your materials when you're asked to and put away materials when instructed. If you or your class cannot handle packing up early, then we will work from bell to bell. Rewards. Your first reward is always going to be a verbal praise, a good job, attaboy. Second is candy. Then we have shout out to administration. This is where your name gets called out over the intercom. 4 is a positive note home or positive parent phone call. And the last one is a positive postcard. So these are postcards that we send home in the mail to let you guys know that you're doing a great job. Consequences. So first consequence is always going to be a verbal warning. After that, it's going to be an infraction in your log. Then you have punish work, parent contact, and office referral. Any major infractions, such as swearing in class, getting in a fight, being extremely disrespectful, all of that jumps to major referrals, and a major referral goes straight to the office. Bathroom procedures. So, you may go to the restroom anytime I am not teaching or we are not actively learning. Remember, you have plenty of time to go during class, so you should try and go then. It says if you abuse the privilege, you will lose the privilege. So if you're going to the restroom every day, that's abusing the privilege. You should not need to go as multiple times per class. And then it says you must sign out on the clipboard and sign back in when using the restrooms. Remember, you sign out with the time you were leaving and sign back in with the time you return. Pencil sharpener. You're only going to sharpen your pencil for the first and last 10 minutes of class. This means before we start our journals. If your pencil breaks during class, you're going to place a broken pencil in the bucket that reads sharpen me. After placing a pencil in the bucket that reads sharpen me, you're going to take a pencil out of the bucket that says sharp. Only use the pencil sharpener when no one is speaking. So right now with COVID, we do not have all the pencils back in the Sharpen Me bucket. So please make a point to wait until the person who's speaking is done to sharpen your pencil if it breaks through the middle of class. It says you do not use the pencil sharpener during a test, and please have extra pencils, handheld pencil sharpener with you at all times. Entering the classroom. It says, please wait for all students that from the previous class to exit before you begin to enter the room. So that's when you line up in the hallway. You don't block the door, you line up on the hallway wall, sorry. Enter the classroom quickly and quietly. You will sit quietly with your materials in your assigned seat and begin on your bell work. You will have 5 minutes to complete your bell work. You're going to sharpen your pencil and gather any materials you need from the Student Center. If it is a Monday, you're going to take out your planner and copy down all homework for the week. If you were absent, you're going to get all missing work from the makeup folders or Google Classroom. Passing out papers. Papers will be placed in the center of each table. Each person at the table should get one paper. And once you've taken your paper, you're going to make sure you put your name, date, and hour at the top of that paper. Then you're going to get graded papers back every Monday. So on Monday, we will pass back graded papers. If it's your turn to pass out graded papers, you're going to pass them out quickly and quietly. You're going to not talk to the other students when passing out their papers, and you're going to make sure that you are not disrupting the class. If there's an amount of paper that is too much, you may choose someone to help you, but that person has to follow the same rules. Turning in papers for a grade. It says check to make sure your name, the day's date, and the hours on the top of your paper. You're going to place your completed paper in the tray of the rainbow bin that corresponds with your class. No-name papers will be entered into the grade book and placed on the no-name paper board. So remember, all no names are considered zeros until it's claimed. And it's your responsibility to check PowerSchool to see if you are missing assignments. No-name papers will be placed on the board and magnetized to it with the words no name. It is the student's responsibility to check PowerSchool for missing grades, and you must make sure that you take the paper off the board, put your name on it, and then put it in the tray so that I can grade it. If the paper needs to be turned into the drawer for your class period, please do not hand me papers at my desk. AR testing. You may take an AR test during reading time each day or if all classwork is completed for the day. You must have your AR packet with you to take a test. And when at the AR computer, please raise your hand and wait for the teacher to enter the password. The easiest way to find your book is to enter the quiz number. Once you've completed your test, write down the author's name, title of the book, quiz number, and the number of questions you got correctly and your percent correct on your AR sheet. Remember to total your points, and there is no talking at the AR computers. Test taking. You're going to label your test with your name, date, and hour. You're going to listen to instructions before beginning your test and always have a pencil for your test, no pens on test. You're going to keep your eyes on your own paper, and there's no talking to fellow students for the test unless you would like to receive a 0. You're going to raise your hand if you have a question, and if you are caught cheating, you will receive a 0. We will use partitions for most tests, so please do not deface or write on the cardboard partitions. For group and pair work, you are already in groups, and your table will be your group for your projects. We will switch groups and partners every interim report and every report card. You will have to work with a lot of different personalities and people in my classroom, so remember to practice your manners and use respectful language. Exiting the class.
Miss Fontenot and Miss Walker.
Do not put away materials unless instructed. Do not pack up unless instructed, and straighten your group. Wait to be dismissed by your teacher, and do not push or shove another student to exit the class more quickly. You're going to exit quickly and quietly, and you're going to have a nice day, and may the force be with you.